Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we're back with another video. Today we are going to be doing the good old Assassination row. We are running a new build here, so you guys will have to let me know what you guys think about it. Now, this is basically what all the top rogues and 2s are running. Honestly, after playing it, I definitely feel it's better than the Night Stalker build. When I was playing the Night Stalker build, I just felt like I never had a win condition off my burst, and it may be the same as if you're not really able to kill anything off your burst, but at least on your burst, it does feel a lot better. So like if you're looking for a more bursty spec, uh, I think this or a more bursty build, I think this is definitely gonna be it. And this was my first game right here. We played about an hour and a half, 2 hours worth of queues, and this is a carry. I just had a viewer message me while I was doing some boosts, and he was like, "Yo, and I got a lot of gold off them. So again, anybody interested in some carries, make sure you come on and come on by. Now again, I can't really carry DPS right now. It's almost impossible. At 14, until they stop the MMR cap, nobody is going to be playing anything but Battleground Blitz. Like solo shuffle caps, like 2280, and like the height, and that's like that's a few people. Everyone else is like 2150. And twos, there's like one person that's high. Everyone else is like 2k CR or like 2100, maybe even 2200, which is really low because we're already on the third week. We're going on to I'm pretty sure we're going on to 1 month already, and they have yet to take off the MMR cap, and then also have not added in inflation, which ended up, you know, making you gain more ratings. So you know how last season when we were gaining 15 through 18, or at least I think we were getting 15 through 17 rating. Well, guess what? Now we're only gaining about 11s and 12s, and then we're losing 9. So that's like the difference between. That's why Arena feels so bad. Or not just Arena, but everything. Everything but Blitz. Blitz, though, if you're looking to get 2400 right now, Plague Battleground Blitz, all it takes is you queuing. I swear, if you just spam Q and you have like, and you're not like, if you have 2100 XP, you'll get 2400. Like it's very easy, especially if you're playing like a team fight spec that you can just go in and do damage. But yeah, pretty much as Rogue, as this build, all you're doing pretty much is you're using your echoes on your kidneys, and you're just trying to hit those combo points. You're trying to get those full ruptures up, full garrotes, and that's pretty much it. Try to keep bleeds on both targets, but don't go out of your way. If you're facing something like a DK, don't go across the map and just waddle over there. Like if you have step, go for it, but otherwise don't go out of your way to do it because you're just gonna get permachained. And don't take this the wrong way, but this is not a good DK, and you want to know a reason why I know it's not a good DK is because I'm actually topping his damage. By no means will you ever top a DK's damage, no matter what you're doing. Especially if it's a longer game, you'll always get out DPS by a DK, unless it's like this. Unless it's a DK like this guy, which is like 1600, you're gonna very rarely beat DKs. Now, there is situations where something, the other teammates can mess up and the enemy can mess up and you end up, benefiting off of it. And you'll see, like, my last game, the reason we won is because of a huge mess up that their healer did. But, yeah, usually you're not going to be able to compete with DKs. DKs, Pharaoh Druids, Affliction Warlocks, um, and Warriors. Usually those four will absolutely farm you, and because you can't out dampen them. They just do too much damage. Like you do a lot of damage, but you do a lot of damage in the sense of, oh, well, on your burst you do a lot of damage. But overall, you're not going to do much damage. Like if you're thinking like this game, you'll see that they were dead pretty much the entire game, or at least in this situation. But these are the best of the best of the games. I try to find the best games I can get, and as long as they're not double DPS. I did face like one double DPS, which was out of 2 hours worth of queues at 1400 through 1600. I faced one double DPS. That's it, just one, and we beat them in less than 20 seconds. It was a sub rogue and a survival hunter, and there was nothing they could do. But you have two vanishes, which is really nice. Now, how do you want to use your vanishes? Pretty much like this. Um, you're basically wanting to keep up your max. You want to keep up those critical growths, pretty much the silences all the time when you can, but don't just forcefully send both your vanishes for no reason. You want to basically use them whenever you're bursting, or you get a big CC chain or something like that. But, or defensively, as you can see, I pre-vanished because I knew they had CC on my healer, and I know he has Incarn, and I know he's going to stun me, so I pre-vanished. So you can also use it defensively, which is usually what you are usually going to use it as. Now, if you're looking to play a healer comp with Assassination Rogue, or just Rogue in general, play with a Prez Evoker is your #1 top priority. The reason you want to play with a Prez Evoker is their amount of damage, and it's not just any damage, it's burst damage. Now, your the secondary spec that you want to go with is Disc Breeze. So you have two healers right there that are going to be 10 times more broken than any other healer in the game. You have Disc Priest, and you have Prez Evoker, especially if the Disc Priest is running a damage build, which they'll end up doing like half their, they'll do like 60% of their DPS is damage, which is like insane. And that's why you see a lot of Disc Priest doing like unhealable damage. But that's pretty much that. This blue thing that follows you around and slows you is the most annoying, you know, irritating thing in the game right now. I just hate it. I despise it. But yeah, so far I enjoy playing this build more than I did the other one. I feel like I'm doing a lot more. You know, I like the fact that I have to, like, you know, just being able to do more things in the game is really nice. So having like Kyrian and being able to do that is, I think it's way better, and it's not only better, but it just overall it's just more fun to play to me, because you're getting more bleed damage out of it. You're also getting like, it does feel like you do more damage, but again, you're not going to be killing everybody the entire game. It's not really like a build like that. This is Assassination is no longer a bleed build in the sense of dampener. This is more like a sub-rogue build. It's more of like a burst. Like, you'll kill people on your CDs, but otherwise you're kind of just, you know, only on your mini goes will you ever be able to do anything. Otherwise, you're just getting your bleeds up to set it up for that moment. So as you can see, we popped every cooldown here. At this point, we kick. My guy's probably gonna Hajj, and you can see the guy literally dies here, because I just kept my bleeds on him, and that's pretty much that. And you'll see on our burst we do a lot of damage, but off of our burst it's kind of like mediocre. You know, we can kind of keep them down with shivs and, you know, stop them from healing. But if the healer's good and they know what's going on, you're pretty much just don't, like, if you're like, oh, I'm not doing any damage, it's usually you not doing, it's just how it is. Like I said, again, Assassination Rogue is a burst spec now. It's not really a bleed spec how it, you know, how it usually was, where, you know, you literally could just put up full bleeds and they would, it was like a Pharaoh Druid or something like that. It's not a Pharaoh Druid. Pharaoh Druid has like full-time bleed potential, and it has burst. Assassination just has burst. And then occasionally when you use your shiv and, you know, your mini goes, then you'll have a little bit of damage. Otherwise, they're going to be sitting at 100% or maybe even 80%. But the reason you want a Disc Priest or a Prez Evoker is because you need that extra damage. As an Assassination Rogue, there's been many times where I've gotten somebody to like 20 or 30% and then I just can't finish the kill. And it's happened a lot of times, more than I can count. And there'll just be so many times where I get people so low and then I just don't have the damage to finish the kill. And there's many times where we lose because of that. So having a Disc Priest or a Prez Evoker kind of just fixes that. And you're also getting PI and a lot of cooldowns off of that. And it's just great. I'd say those are your only two viable healers. Otherwise, you're kind of just playing Russian roulette with, okay, well, if I face a better comp, we're most likely going to lose unless they're really bad. This is the example of people kind of just, I wouldn't say the Warrior play bad in this sense. I wouldn't say they play bad at all, really. I just think they got unlucky. Because I don't think this Warrior is D-stance the entire game, which is fine. But there's certain things that you could do to make it a lot easier on yourselves that a lot of these people don't even do. Like this Warrior, I'm pretty sure he still has regen, right? Or no? Does he? Yeah, but he still does. So this is like a perfect example right here. He hasn't used regen, and he's 20%. That basically tells you all you need to know. Now, he did D-stance. But hopefully we take him out right here. So here I gouge off the rep, and we take him out just in time. Boom. And yeah, that's pretty much how we win a lot of these games. It's just like that. And I will say, I wouldn't even queue anything but Blitz right now currently. I wouldn't even bother. 1400 through 1600 alone is, I actually have to try to get up there. Like, I can't even, it's almost impossible to carry somebody to 1800 CR unless they're really good and they're playing a good healer. Otherwise, it's just Russian roulette. It's just like RNG. If you get DKs and you get people that have any sort of a brain, which usually you either get people that are glad XP or rank 1s, because I faced about a few rank 1s tonight. You know, tail bands, I faced him. I face him like once every night. And he's playing around 1800. That should pretty much tell you enough. But yeah, if you're looking to push in arena, just don't even bother. Just wait. Wait until they you know, stop the MMR stoppage where, you know, they're basically capping the MMR, which is why arena is so terrible, or just not just arena but everything. But I would just wait. Now, if you're wanting to gear, go for it. But if you're looking to push right now, don't even bother. I wouldn't do it. Unless you're playing an S tier comp, then it's a little bit different, because at that point you're playing something that is like the best of the best, and if you're good at the game, you're gonna beat other people that aren't as good. So that's the only other time that I would say queue the game, is if you're playing an S tier comp. So if you're playing like Perez Evoker and Holy DK or something in that category, then you're pretty much good to go. There's no reason to not playing right now when your class is the best of the best. But if you're playing like something that's A tier, you'll get absolutely stomped by everything else that's S tier. There's a huge difference between an S tier spec and a tier spec. And as you can see, Dev Evoker, every time I face a Dev Evoker, there'll be some times where I can actually beat these people, but a lot of the times they do so much pressure. Usually they'll be playing double pres. Like if you're playing a Dev Evoker right now, the one comp you want to be playing is Dev Evoker and Prez Evoker. Put both of those together, and I guarantee you'll win a lot of these games that you'd lose, just due to the fact that you're doing so much output that they can't even compete. Like, I wouldn't even be able to go outside, and as you can see, we hit the fattest Venom there, which is when we hit it on the blue ability. And that's pretty much what you're looking for, especially when you're facing something that's glass cannon like a Dev Evoker is. But here, this was like a delayed game, and the only reason we won this game, which it would never happen because it's a Pharaoh Druid, if a Pharaoh Druid is an S tier version of Assassination Rogue. So it's like if you're losing the Pharaoh Druids right now and you're playing a Rogue, don't trip about it too much. They're literally your spec, but like 10 times better. They have more CC, they have more defensive cooldowns. They're just overall better. But you'll see how we win this game, and it's the only reason we won this game is because of this one mistake by the Shaman. And this is really all it takes on your cooldowns. So like a lot of people underestimate your cooldowns because you'll be doing no damage the entire game. These guys don't even go under 80% the entire game until I start popping cooldowns. So here it's like, okay, this guy trinkets air, which was really good for us. And then at this point, you'll see we kidney shot the Shaman. And I didn't think anything of it. I didn't think he'd actually trinket, because this guy still has bear form and all of the other cooldowns. So he trinkets and he gets insta-blinded. And then he gets absolutely taken out. The Druid forgets that he has bear form at 50%. He has Deathmark, Kingsbane, Shiv, full bleeds, everything, and his healer CC'd. And he just, I don't know what he thought was going to happen. But this guy cringes at me, so I laugh back at him and we take the dub. So a huge mistake by the healer and a huge mistake by the Pharaoh Druid. The Pharaoh Druid decided not to bear form or click any of his cooldowns. He did survival, but it was too late. And he already used it too early, should I say. But this is kind of an example of an S tier comp. This is the comp that me and my brother would play if we were playing on his Druid. Here he actually gets an insane trank. I've never seen somebody do that. I've never seen somebody trank that early off because it's not even a good play. And the reason it's not a good play is because I don't even have pots on him. So like, so he just wasted a major cooldown for pretty much nothing. Because there's no way I'm gonna deathmark him without bleeds. Now I'm gonna bleed him and click every cooldown because now he's already tranked. So at this point, at least I can get everything off. Now so we've gotten every cooldown other than trinket. We're kinda in a good spot. But at this point, we're gonna basically kidney bomb this guy. We're gonna blind the Druid because, you know, we're trying to set up here. He trinkets late, which again was a big mistake because his DK Iceborne or Icebounded. I don't know why I call it Iceborne, but yeah. So he ends up trinketing there. The thing is, I don't think he ends up getting punished because of that. When you have a Druid that is facing a spec like mine, it's very rare that you get punished in this sort of category, because especially on this map. This is a very big map, so he can pretty much sit 40 yards away and be in a position where there's no way I can ever hit him because I have a DK permachaining me the entire game, or that's how it's supposed to be. But my guy Searing Glaze here, and At this point, your main goal is to go druid. Now, you're gonna be bleeding whenever you can't hit the druid, or you pretty much can only go the druid whenever you have a shadow step. And you'll see right here. So he literally just ran across the map before you can even catch him. Like, before you can even get in his line, he's already across the map. Look at him. He's literally across the map. So here we finally step him, and we're getting bleeds up. So our main goal is to start up with bleeds. Now, this isn't the point where we're going to instantly kill him or even kidney him. This is just the point of, okay, well, we're going to bleed him up, so then the next go, I'll already have my bleeds up on him, so I can at least already have some damage rolling. So here, again, now we're going to try to go back him, and we end up getting a freedom and a bop. So here we're going to be kidneying. Unfortunately, he does DR Cyclone, and he's going to get as far away as possible. Thankfully, we have step just in time. We vanish for the silence, and then we have an extra step, because as this build, when you step somebody, you actually get another step on top of that step for an extra, like, 2 seconds. So it's pretty nice. But here, anytime they're stacked like this, bleed both of them, and you'll see my damage is doing very well. The DK has kind of been confused, and he doesn't know what's going on in the game. So we've had so much uptime because the DK just doesn't know what's happening, and that allows us to pretty much stop them from doing things that they would normally be able to do. If you're a DK like this, your number one move should be going on the H-Pow. The reason this guy's not going H-Pow is, I don't know why. There's no reason this guy shouldn't be on my H-Pow. My H-Pow, not only will this DK absolutely decimate my H-Pow quickly, but there's no reason he should be on me when he could just put bleeds on me, chain me, and then run away. And then just, whenever you can't catch the H-Pow on freedom, then you just swap back, and then you do exactly what I'm doing with the healer. If he did what I was doing with this healer, he would have won the game. The game would have already been over. Like, they've already gotten double bop. All my guy has left is a trinket and a bubble, which easily goes through really quick. So here we get a good blind. He trinkets the blind. Again, a big mistake because they're 100% HP. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, you want to learn a key factor. Do not trinket unless your teammate has either one, he's getting bursted, which means I'm clicking death marking other cooldowns, or two, he's already low HP. And this will be a big outcome to how we decimate this DK here in a few seconds here. So here we're getting our bleeds up. We smoke bomb. The reason we smoke bomb like that is because the druid has to come in. Now my guy can CC him. At this point, we're going to full send him and take him out. Hopefully we can get something off this. Or, oh, nice Searing Glare. On top of that, we get an insane Vanish Garrote. On top of that, we're pumping as much damage. We shiv, and we're going to win the game, or we'll lose the game right now. We win the game. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys in the next one.